When night falls, an entirely different world begins to awaken beneath our feet. In the darkness, the cockroach navigates a world built from scent, vibration, moisture, and touch. For millions of years, these remarkable insects have survived by mastering the art of staying hidden. But every adult cockroach begins life as something much smaller and far more vulnerable. To understand the secret life of a cockroach, we must go back to the beginning. The journey begins with a protective pod, known as an ootheca. Inside this small protective capsule, a new generation is waiting. Depending on the species, the ootheca can contain many developing embryos. Protected from predators and environmental danger, the embryos develop in darkness. Within each tiny chamber, an entirely new life form is taking shape. The safest place is often the place predators rarely look. For a cockroach embryo, survival begins before it ever sees the outside world. And then, after days or weeks of development, the moment arrives. The eggs begin to hatch. The newborn cockroach is called a nymph. It may be tiny, but its senses are already searching for danger. Unlike a butterfly, the young cockroach does not pass through a pupal stage. Instead, it begins a remarkable journey of gradual transformation. Its first priority is simple: find food, find water, and stay alive. Even the smallest drop can become a lifeline. At this stage, almost everything around it can become a threat. Ants, spiders, birds, and other predators are constantly searching. Its greatest weapon is often not strength, but silence. For a young cockroach, every successful escape is another step toward adulthood. But growth creates a problem. Its hard outer skeleton cannot expand forever. So the young insect must perform one of the most dangerous acts of its life. It must shed its old skin. For a brief moment, the new body beneath is soft and vulnerable. The insect must remain hidden until its new exoskeleton hardens. Slowly, the new armor becomes stronger. And the journey continues. A forest insect does not transform in a single dramatic moment. Instead, it grows through a series of stages. With every meal, energy is stored for the next stage of development. Decaying plants, fallen leaves, and other organic material can become valuable sources of food. Moisture is equally important. In many environments, Water determines where these insects can survive. The best habitat is one that provides food, moisture, and shelter. Because survival depends on avoiding attention.
Cockroaches are masters of using tiny spaces.
Within each tiny chamber, an entirely new life form is taking shape. The outside world may be dangerous, but darkness provides protection. And when darkness returns, the search for food begins again. Night after night, it grows. With each molt, the young cockroach begins to look more like an adult. In species that develop wings, the signs of adulthood gradually appear. But the final transformation is still ahead. One last molt will reveal the adult body. And suddenly, the creature reaches its mature form. Its body is still vulnerable. But soon, its protective armor will become strong. The transformation is complete. Now an adult, the cockroach enters the most important stage of its life. Its senses are finely tuned to the world around it. Its long antennae constantly sample the environment. Every vibration and chemical signal can reveal danger. And when danger arrives, speed can mean survival. For a creature that lives in the shadows, escape is everything. After dark, the search for food continues. Many cockroaches are opportunistic feeders, capable of using a wide range of organic resources. In nature, this adaptability can be a powerful survival advantage. Almost every piece of organic matter can become part of the hidden food web. And in doing so, cockroaches also become part of nature's recycling system. But adulthood does not mean safety. Predators are always watching. A fraction of a second can decide whether the cockroach lives or dies. Its flattened body becomes an advantage once again. Sometimes, the best defense is simply being somewhere the predator cannot reach. But survival is only part of the adult story. Predators are always watching. Chemical signals help individuals recognize one another and navigate their social world. After finding a suitable mate, the cycle of life begins again. A new egg case begins to form. Inside, another generation is waiting. The mother seeks a place where the next generation has a chance to survive. Hidden from predators, the eggs begin another journey. The cycle is ready to begin again. Cockroaches are not a single kind of insect. Thousands of species have adapted to different environments. Some live in forests. Others thrive in warm, humid ecosystems. And some have evolved to survive remarkably difficult conditions. The cockroach lineage stretches deep into Earth's ancient past. Their ancestors lived in ecosystems very different from the world we know today. Through enormous changes in climate and geography, their lineage endured. And the modern cockroach still carries the legacy of that ancient survival story. But there is a common myth surrounding these insects. Cockroaches are resilient, but they are not invincible.
They face predators, disease, competition, and environmental change.
Their success comes not from being indestructible, but from being extraordinarily adaptable. In natural ecosystems, cockroaches can play an important role. They help break down organic material. Their activity contributes to the movement of nutrients through the environment. Like every creature, they are part of a much larger web of life. And now, the story returns to where it began. A new generation enters the darkness. They will eat. They will grow. They will shed their old bodies. They will survive countless dangers. And eventually, they will become adults. Every movement is guided by the search for food, shelter, water, and safety. Its world is hidden from us. But beneath the surface, life is everywhere. Millions of small lives are constantly competing, adapting, and surviving. And among them is one of nature's most persistent survivors. The cockroach. From egg to nymph, from nymph to adult, and from one generation to the next, the secret life of the cockroach